So the Reform Party's big conference, or as I like to call it, Britain's Got Absolutely No Talent. There's some great clips floating around from the conference last night, so I thought I'd put some together and give you a bit of an update on how it went. Andrea Jenkins opened her speech with a bit of singing, and by singing I mean something so bad it could actually make your ears bleed. I genuinely thought she was in pain. And then also at one point she had to actually ask the audience members to boo Labour. I mean, imagine needing to give your audience stage directions for their own outrage.
I'm an insomniac, staring at the ceiling. Yes, I'm an insomniac, and all I can hear is the sound of that clock, the sound of that clock.
Labour government, in their recent rounds of transport funding, have bypassed both Luke and I and our areas, but instead chose to give the funding to the Labour Metro mayors. How about booing? But we at Reform, we do care.
Then Nigel Farage made an appearance, kicking out protesters with his usual tired chant. The man who brands himself champion of free speech, silencing people for using their free speech. I guess they can only claim it's free speech when it's them that's insulting somebody else.
Set up the party and just ignore them. Just ignore them. Boring! 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 Well, I don't know. She looked like she'd been on the sauce all afternoon. I don't know.
But it doesn't stop there. Nadine Dorries, Mad Nad herself, has jumped ship from the Tories to Reform, because nothing screams new party, fresh start like recycling a political equivalent of an out-of-date milk. And even in Reform, they're already choking on the taste. Layla Cunningham, herself a failed Tory councillor, is already showing buyer's remorse, saying that she doesn't want Reform turning into a dumping ground for rejective Conservatives. I mean, that's a bit rich, really. A failed Tory telling other failed Tories they're not good enough to join her failed Tory club.
Listen, I think anyone can change their opinions and their minds, and I hope that's what she's done. I hope she's joined for conviction and not for political headlines. I am sceptical because she was, as you say, the author of the online safety bill, something that Reform and myself are very much against. We don't believe there should be any censorship or freedom of speech whatsoever. And don't forget, I think she was health minister in 2020 and was a big champion of lockdowns, which caused huge was a financial disaster, an economic disaster, and really, I think, tore at the fabric of our country. I just don't think we should become rejected Tory parties members joining us. I don't know Nadine personally at all, so I don't know. I haven't given it much thought, to be honest.
Are you concerned that if lots of Conservative parties just ended up joining Reform, that people wouldn't see it as a sort of fresh start in British right-wing politics?
No, I think they'll always see it as a fresh side, because Nigel is a very forward-thinking right-wing, I wouldn't even say he's right-wing, just common-sense leader, and I know, and I hope that the party will only accept people who agree with what he says and the ethos of the party.
And then the cherry on top. Another ex-Tory proudly bragging that she had to iron former Tory Lee Anderson's shirt because he couldn't figure out how to use an iron.
Although, Camilla, I did have to iron Lee's shirt yesterday.
You ironed Lee Anderson's shirt?
I ironed Lee Anderson's shirt.
Why can't Lee Anderson iron his own shirt?
He was making such a mess of his shirt. I couldn't believe it. I walked past his office. He didn't know what he was doing.
Does he have an ironing board in his office?
Yes. He didn't even do the sleeves first. It was an absolute mess.
What else does Lee Anderson have in his office?
Well,
a kettle,
I couldn't possibly tell you that.
Cheese toasty maker.
All sorts of things in that office. But I had to take over, iron his shirt and put him right on the sleeves.
This is the same lot that want to run the country. They can't even work a basic household appliance without outsourcing it. Imagine them trying to handle an actual budget. So let's recap. A tone-deaf sing-along, a free speech hypocrite, a conveyor belt of Tory cast-off, and a leadership team baffled by basic domestic chores. Reform's not a political movement. They are not serious. They are a pantomime. And the scary part is they're leading in the polls. And if you're not sure who Layla Cunningham is, well, you can see it making a fool of herself in the video that's on screen now. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, and I'll see you next time.